poker warm-up, that is definitely something I highly recommend for anyone that's going into a grind. You know, don't just wake up and put your pajamas on and sit in your chair and grind. You really want to be in a good mental state. Working out, meditating, all of these things really, really help. For sure, if you have a routine for poker, I mean, you've got to treat it like a profession. I mean, any professional would do all these things. Food, breaks, super important. Always made sure every 2.5 hours. Every 2.5 hours or so, your brain can only take so much. You know, it's operating like 100 miles an hour when you're playing, depending on the games. It really makes a big difference, taking the breaks, making sure you have food, water. People really underestimate these simple things. Sleep as well. I know sometimes it's difficult in certain sessions. Going polar, so raising all the good hands, all the bad hands, heads up against unknowns. Don't really think there's anything we need to do differently against unknowns. I guess we're bet calling. Could make it more to kind of show him I'm not folding, but it's a bit of a noob move. And he does have. I'm surprised he doesn't shove this pre-flop. It's a bit strange. I think I'm just gonna elect to take initiative in a bunch of these spots. I'm not gonna get a 9 to fold. This is the thing. Like, this works so often, it is actually ridiculous. You can pretty much do this with almost any 2 cards and then just really small stabs that you bet, and the amount of limp calling and then check folding flops they do is pretty crazy, which is good for us, but again, against good players this is just not going to work that well. Good turn for us. ISO against this guy with this stack. Alright, 8-2. The call is not good, obviously. I don't see how we're going to get almost anything to fold. So I think this is going to be one of our give-ups. Obviously, that is the dream card. Does he bet? Check. Maybe just put it in. Ever in doubt, just put it in. Usually when people do this, they're very, very weak. Like, you just almost never seeing nuts when people do this. It's just whether I want to re-raise. I think I will call in this spot. 9 with 9 of hearts, obviously calling. Well, we're not folding this. It's just whether we jam or not. I think we just get it invested. And this we're obviously calling. We have a flush. I mean, whatever. So as you can see, extremely poor here. We're definitely going to label this guy a bit of a whale. Alright, get the 10s, we'll be raising for value. Let's go! Not the dream flop we wanted. Queen 9. Just gonna call. It's a bit strange. I'm going to bet value because he is going to have some of these middle pairs, especially now that 5 hit. Queen 9 should still be good here. And also there's going to be a really bunch of bad rivers where I can't get value against a 7, a 4 or a 5. I think now would be probably a bit thin to go for it. So I'm just going to check. Yeah, this one just didn't make sense. Bets the flop, checks the turn, and then pots the river. Like, is he trying to say that he bet his flush draw, checked, and then... I mean, I have 9 of spades as well, which helps. I don't think he's pot betting an 8. I'm going to shove this Queen of Hearts there. Quite happy to shove that in. Alright, let's get him in now. King Queen is definitely ahead of him. Alright, flipping. Come on. River, no joy. But we do hold with the queens, so that's alright. Not shove right away. Just a good habit to have in general. Alright, nice. We've got crushed now. He's going to need some backdoors. That's one of them. Alright, see if we can get him again. Another little trick in spins is generally when you're playing bad players, if you want to try and get the guy in the next game as well, is to kind of register quickly. And register a few, like maybe you can register another 2 or 3 and maybe you'll get the same guy again. That's a little spin trick for getting the fish, but in these games you don't need to worry about it. I mean, most of the tables are full of bad players. I'm wondering whether I want to raise here. I think we do. We want to make it a bit difficult for him. Gonna delay to 7-2. It's just a really bad board for us. Obviously calling with the 8-5, bunch of draws. 9-5, 9-6, only 10x, 9x for straight draws, so diamonds as well. Good river for us. I'm not sure we can get value. We split with an 8, so I think we have to go for it against a 7. And we do get a call. Probably could have gone even half pot there. This has just got to go in. And this is going to be barreled. Alright, good turn. Not the best river though. Putting pressure on the 5 and the 2 and all the 3x and 4x that are going to fold. Okay, all my value hands I'm pretty much just raising decently big. Start with a check. This is one we just have to go for it. I can't really check call all in. I could check raise the flop. I think that's also fine too. It's a pretty interesting one. Alright, we're going to get to heads up. Can't call the 5x. Let's see what we get. Pretty dry board. This board does hit him. We are going to have some okay turns. That's a pretty good turn for us. he jams. Expecting to do something different with an 8. Maybe he has some draw. He could raise the flush draws. 10-9, 10-7, 7-6, 7-5. I think we have to call this one. Alright. Get that one done and dusted. That was a nice one to see the bluff there. That's another key point when you're looking at your Nash charts for shoving and calling. Like in weak games, you do not want to be calling off those edge hands. If it says 10 BB and someone shoves on you and it says 10 BB call, I advise you not to do it if you're in weak games. There's just no point. That's not how to use the charts at all. Need to adjust for the donks. Tight, but I'm just going to fold. I doubt he leads a 9 here. Do I want to start turning this into a bluff? I think we will. He's going to find it really difficult to call with a 3, and if he led the 9, then fair enough. Oy, okay, that was a good win for us. Awesome, double win to get it in. Nice one there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please hit subscribe, follow us on YouTube. We have all our previous streams there. We also do some fun poker memes, transformations of movie scenes. If you haven't seen that on YouTube, they're really fun. I'm sure you will enjoy them if you like poker.